Welcome back to our special episode of Bourbon and Ash. We're getting ready to celebrate Christmas, and we thought we would share with everybody a little bit of maybe the top 10 gift ideas. If you know somebody that loves bourbon, loves liquor in general, and don't know what to get them, we're going to kind of help give you 10 great ideas.
Top 10 great ideas from Bourbon and Ash.
We're all dressed in the festive spirit.
Very festive.
Santa Claus here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice of him to join us. We've got a candy cane.
Yeah.
I thought I would match with the tie.
Good.
So how do you pick the best gift for the bourbon lover in your life? Maybe you're looking for something fun for a new bourbon enthusiast, or maybe you want to surprise a bourbon connoisseur who already has everything bourbon related.
There's many options though. Lots of options. Even though they might have a lot of those things.
Yeah.
But do not fear, Bourbon and Ash is here. Number one, a great bottle of bourbon. We've all been puzzled by that one, right? But I think a good, tasteful bottle of bourbon, not necessarily, it doesn't have to be crazy allocated, just a fine everyday drinker would be...
I think give them one of your favorite bourbons.
Yeah.
And then, because if you like it that much, someone else probably will too.
And if you don't know about bourbon because you're just learning about it, I think if I was buying something for someone who's new to bourbon, I would get them the Angel's Envy Rye. That would be a great starter bourbon.
Especially for a rye.
Just getting into it. Or Ben Holiday's is another pretty inexpensive, but amazing flavor and taste and look on it.
Take that cork and
and it smells fantastic.
Yeah, and these bottles don't have to be expensive. Anywhere between $30 and $100, depending on how much you like your person you're getting it for.
Right.
Absolutely.
But some of the best bourbon that I've had are in that $30 to $45 range. So it's not about the price; it's about the thought that counts. Secondly, obviously, is going to be a whiskey smoker. My wife bought me one for anniversary present last year. There's different varieties of them.
Sure.
I've made a couple cocktails, I think, with you guys, and it's basically just it's a kit. Comes with different flavors of wood chips, along with a blowtorch and a cover that you put the wood chips in over your cocktail, and then you burn that, get that smoking inside that glass there, let it sit there for about 30 seconds, and you get a lot of that smoky flavor. It's fantastic.
Fun to experiment with the different woods and different bourbons.
Absolutely. Speaking of woods and infusion, an infusion set would be really nice. Also, with aromatics and sprayers and things of that nature, you don't have to get too crazy, but there are some out there that are, they're great. They change the whole perspective of the bourbon.
And prices on these are not very expensive. The smoker, you can buy anything from $15. I've seen them as high as $75. Same thing with the whiskey infusion kit. I've seen them as low as $25, and I've seen some that are a little bit more expensive in the $60 range. But these don't have to be terribly high, prices. A bourbon gift basket.
Oh yeah, a bourbon gift basket would be fun to put together.
Absolutely. Getting those little mini bottles.
Yeah.
Yep.
That would be cute.
Little 50 milliliter bottle.
Yeah.
Just 50 ml.
Yeah.
Get a variety packs, different flavors.
Yeah.
Give them some
That's a
chocolates
great
in
idea.
it.
Oh my.
Some popcorn, maybe a Sprite, a little Sprite can.
Absolutely.
Maybe a little set of
Or Dr. Pepper.
some.
Right?
There you go.
Yeah.
Any soda would work.
Any mini those
Any
mini
of those
cans.
mini cans.
Yeah, cannot go wrong with
No.
snacks and chocolates and
Right.
bourbon.
And
Absolutely.
get so creative.
Yeah, glass sets. I mean, who
Oh,
doesn't
absolutely.
like just a nice Glencairn
Set of Glencairns or highball glasses.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There's
those
so
are
many out there.
right.
They come in sets of singles, doubles, quadruples.
You can personalize them.
personalize them.
Yeah, that's a great gift.
Yeah. Have your name inscribed in it so they can see your name every time they're drinking out of their.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or their name if you're giving it.
Yeah, I know.
Right. And they're not expensive either.
No,
I've seen
no.
sets as low as $8.
Yeah,
for
$7,
two
$8.
glasses.
And I've seen them where you can engrave them for like 10.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
it's
Very
pretty
reasonable.
inexpensive.
It is.
Yep.
It is. You could also, spring out for a decanter. Decanters are very cool. There's a lot of them out there. For those who are very aficionados, that would be a great gift.
Yeah.
A nice decanter.
I have a decanter set. The only thing that I don't like about it, if I received one or if I get one, obviously it changes, but the only thing that I don't like about it is I always forget what I put
What you
in
put
it.
in it.
And so somebody will come over like 6 months later and then I'll be like, can I pour you some whiskey? And they're like, oh yeah, what is it? I'm like, your guess is as good as mine.
I don't know, but it's
remember.
good.
It's good.
That's all I can
know.
remember.
Yeah.
If
That's
it's
the
in the
only-
decanter, it's worth it.
Yes, it's worth it.
That's true. If you made it to the decanter set, it's probably good.
Your gift sets. That's also another great idea. With especially right now, there's a lot of different sets available. You can buy them singles. You can buy a dozen of them, 6 of them. They come all sorts of shapes and sizes. But that would be a great one. As a matter of fact, I'm trying to get into the Oaxaca chocolate bitter. I ordered that for myself and really looking forward to it. So I think it'd be a great gift for somebody who doesn't know.
Likes
And-
old fashions,
yeah.
wants to try
Oh, yeah.
different kinds of bitters.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because all the different flavors of bitters really change up the old fashioned.
100%. Absolutely. Another good idea is home bar accessories. So if you don't have a bar in your house, you can get little bar carts. Also, if you want to turn an area into kind of a bar area, or your husband, wife, whatever, you can get pictures, ice makers, whiskey ball sets, mixology equipment. I know I got you a set a couple of years ago that has like the measuring spoons, things like that.
Cocktail set.
Cocktail sets, yep. And of course, candles. Candles are always a win for the women.
And I highly recommend bourbon and ash candles.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
It's
so-
sold in Manhattan at
Right.
Paramount Wine and Spirits.
Yeah, we've got a variety of scented candles available. Hook us up with an email and we'd be happy to go over them. I think we're asking right around $45 a candle.
Anywhere between 30 and
size.
45, depending
30
on
and
size.
45.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, if you want more information, I'll have some information if you email us for the variety, and they come in obviously some cool bourbon
bottles.
whiskey bottles.
Repurposing those bourbon bottles.
Repurposing them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
My favorite is the lavender sandalwood, so ask for that
Yes.
smell.
Books, right? I mean, when I started learning about bourbon, I wanted to do some reading and some research to kind of, stay ahead of the trends, and so I purchased a couple books. You can get whatever books you want. I have what they call the Bourbon Bible, and it basically just talks about practically
the
every
bourbon.
distillery and some of their best bourbons, and they're not allocated. Some are rare, but again, it gives you a little bit of history. And there's another book out there. It's called American Whiskey, Bourbon, and Rye. It's a guide to one of the nation's favorite spirits. Obviously, you can look at over 330 different whiskeys, and each one goes over their mash bill and percentage proof, etc. So a lot of information, and if they're into bourbon, they're going to really enjoy the information.
Oh,
They
yeah.
look great on your coffee table.
Oh yeah.
There's a book also. It's called Bourbon Tales, and it has all the distillery owners or master distillers, and it features their dogs.
Oh,
It's really cool. book.
That's cute. That's very-
Oh, and then you could also do bourbon chocolates. The bourbon balls. You can order them online, or you could get adventurous and make your own.
Yeah, or pairing them. So getting
Yes.
them, usually ryes go really good with white chocolates, and then bourbons are great with orange chocolates. So you
Yes.
can pair them
Absolutely.
pretty darn easily, and it changes the game when it comes to bourbon. It's a great idea.
It is. If you're going to give a bourbon for a gift, there's particular ways to wrap the bottle.
Yes.
Yeah, obviously,
So-
all bottles come in different shapes and sizes. Every
Absolutely.
whiskey manufacturer doesn't have a cookie cutter system, and so you may find it difficult if you're trying to give that as a gift. I mean, how do you present it? Do you actually wrap it up in some sort of Christmas wrapping paper? Do you
Put it in a bag.
gift bag? I mean, we'll go over several of these options and kind of go through a step-by-step process of how to do that, probably how to do it correctly.
Hey, listen, you know, one of the ways I like to wrap a bottle is you take a paper bag from the local store, you put it down in there, you crunch it right up against the bottle of the neck, you autograph it with a Sharpie, it looks fantastic, and then you take some burlap ribbon, tie it, boom, solid. Looks really good, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that would be the cheap version.
That would be one way to do it.
Oh
If
yeah,
you're on a
oh,
budget.
yeah. Well, it's unique.
You know what's in there.
Yeah.
You know what's coming.
Yeah.
You don't have to wonder.
So obviously you want to work with a flat surface, you know, whether it's on a desk or a table, just a larger area where you can kind of
Plenty of room, yeah.
have excess. You figure out the measurements of your bottle and times that by 4. With the bottle facing, you know, down flat, you just obviously take that wrapping paper, you wrap it around. Choosing the paper, you obviously have different types of decorative paper. You brought out one. There's the kind of that aluminum foil, that shiny stuff.
Yep.
It doesn't bend really
doesn't
well. It
crease as
doesn't
well.
crease.
Yeah.
Or you could buy one of those tubes that's already ready.
It's done. It's like the.
You just grab the
where's
bottle,
E.H.
put it right
Taylor?
down in the cardboard tube. It's
Yeah.
all ready
It's
to go.
done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So obviously, once you figured out your paper and you're laying your bottle down, you place that bottle on top of the wrapping paper, align the edges of that bottle with the paper so you're able to wrap it around completely and easily. Whether the bottle is round, rectangular, or square, you always want a little bit extra room to do it properly.
Don't worry if your wrapping paper is much larger than your bottle. You can always trim it down later.
So wrap the paper around the bottle, cut just past where it connects, bring the edge of the paper up and over and hold it against the surface.
You can take that extra length of paper and fold it over itself to have a nice smooth edge. Take a small strip of double-sided tape, stick it on top of the fold, remove the paper strip so the adhesive is exposed. Or you can use regular tape and you just fold it over and kind of make that bubble where both sides are sticky.
And
Hold
if you
it
don't
up.
get it right, it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. Bottles are hard to wrap. Everybody understands.
Again, you could purchase just tubes.
Yes.
Well, you
that's-
could, but not all bottles will fit in it.
Yeah, you have to have linear, longer
Yeah, some
bottles,
of them,
like
yeah.
the E.H. Taylors.
Like a wine bottle.
They sell, I don't know that the U.S. Postal Service sells, but I know you can buy on Amazon the bubble wrap that are actually,
Yeah.
they're for bottles specifically, and you put the bottle in there and then you inflate it like with a little pump.
yeah.
And that all that does is protect it. I think that's more for shipping.
Sure.
Otherwise,
Gotta finish this off.
yeah. Otherwise, you just fold the top of the paper and tape it closed, stand up the bottle on its end, and you stretch that over that bottle, smooth out the paper, fold over the upper edge, and tape it shut to finish wrapping the bottle. The top of the wrapping paper extends past the top of the bottle and doesn't wrap around the neck. Now, if the paper is much longer than your bottle, go ahead and then use your scissors to trim it down.
If you want to tie some ribbon around the wrapping to add a decorative touch, just take the ribbon and place at the bottom of your bottle in the center of it. Bring the ribbon over the top of the wrapping and make a loose knot. Then wrap the ribbon around the sides of the gift wrap and tie a bow for a nice decorative accent. Ribbon can be a great way to enhance the wrapping and to add some theme to the occasion.
I agree. Choosing wrapping options.
So you could obviously do a gift bag.
That's me. I'm just gonna go buy your standard gift bag and throw the bottle and throw some of that decorative tissue paper in there
Yeah.
and call it good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could place the bottle
In a
in
box.
a box. You could do a gift wrapping box.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can find gift wrapping boxes in all
Sure.
shapes and sizes.
Amazon.
Yes, my favorite is when you put a square piece of paper down, set the bottle in the middle, and just gather it all up and then wrap a bow around it.
There you go.
It kind of looks like a vase by the time you're done.
Yeah.
I agree.
You have to use that shiny.
Cellophane wrap.
Yeah, that's the only way to be able to do that one. But it is pretty cool looking, and you can usually see like the top part. So if you have a cool like top part of your bottle, that'd be a good way to do it.
Absolutely. You can roll the bottle in a tea towel, and now they've got 2 gifts: a tea towel and their bourbon.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want a nice set of towels with some free bourbon surprise inside?
And there's so
Free
many
bourbon.
of the tea towels that have like little quotes and stuff, so you can find bourbon
That's
quotes.
why I
Oh,
said
absolutely.
if you could put little characters, little drawings. This is the liquor store bag.
Oh, I was thinking
yeah.
the towels. Like, I think we were out and about shopping at the gift shops, and they have those towels that have like sayings on it. You know, like Taco Tuesday.
In comes bourbon.
Whiskey Wednesday.
Out comes
That
wisdom.
didn't make the top 10, but obviously clothes.
Oh, yeah.
Bourbon.
Bourbon.
Cigar related. I mean,
That's right.
Clothes.
You know, it's Whiskey Wednesday. It's
Or
I, mean,
I'd like an old fashioned Christmas.
I like an old fashioned.
You have
Christmas.
one of those. That's
yeah.
super cute.
Obviously, there's also ties. I've seen bourbon sets
Bow
of jams.
ties, cufflinks, you name it.
Ooh, socks.
Socks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like the Elijah
Underwear.
Craig or some socks. What?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I've seen it. It's out
There you
there.
have some.
Yep.
All right, so let's talk about eggnog. That's kind of a staple for me for Christmas.
It is.
Absolutely.
What is your guys' favorite eggnog, and do you add your own bourbon, or is it already a pre-concoction that's already made up?
So last year I actually made
No.
homemade eggnog for
Homemade
the first
eggnog.
time.
Right.
And let me tell you, it is the
amazing.
best eggnog I've ever had.
Really?
You can just Google a recipe and then just go. I watched a YouTube video, obviously, of this little old French man, Pierre or something.
Making
Anyway,
eggnog.
he was pretty comical. And so I tried it, and it is amazing. It doesn't even come close to any store-bought eggnog if you have the time and you want to try it.
But if you're like me, who doesn't have the time, I would say that probably hands down, Pennsylvania Dutch
It's a great one if you
So
want to go to
there's
the liquor
Evan
store.
Williams, which is good, but it's a little.
It's a little
in my
runny.
opinion-
I think it is.
Yes.
I like
and
eggnog
Pennsylvania,
creamy.
Pennsylvania Dutch is
Pennsylvania
definitely
Dutch
creamy.
is great.
So hands down, Pennsylvania Dutch. That's the one you need to have.
I usually like the non-alcoholic one, so we can add our own one.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, you can pick out any bourbon at that point. And what do you think? Is a rye probably the best way to go, or do you do a whiskey or a bourbon? High proof, probably. I would
Probably
think probably
whiskey.
Elijah Craig,
Oh yeah,
18, 120 proof.
Yeah.
124.5.
124.5.
But the great flavor behind that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be a great choice.
Yeah.
When I made mine, it had 3. It had rum, and it had the bourbon, and then it had, I believe, it was
Oh no, I know what it was.
it was Irish cream, wasn't it?
No,
No,
it was actual brandy.
Oh, brandy. That's right.
Wow. So it's
It's a
triple.
trifecta,
a
baby.
cocktail. Smorgasbord.
It was good.
It was very good.
It was really good.
Interesting. Well, you'll have to make some up for us.
I
and
do.
Oh, I'm
we'll have to
excited to
it.
try that.
I don't know if I'd be able to stand up and walk after drinking a couple glasses, but
I'll
sounds
give it a
good.
go.
Yeah. All right. Well, obviously, we all wish you guys a happy and holy Merry Christmas. We appreciate you guys taking the time to watch our video. Please remember, hit that like, that subscribe, leave comments, and hit that notification bell. Make sure that's on so that when we have new videos that are released, you're being alerted to that. And as always, please drink responsibly.
responsibly.